It is 5:15, February 3rd, 2026. Ashley, you want to, I guess I'll call meeting to order. Ashley, you want to do roll call, please?
Kelly.
Here.
Nippert.
Here.
Shaven.
Here.
Kroger. Here. Thank you.
I don't think there's any changes in the agenda. We've all gotten that. Is there a motion to approve the agenda?
Motion.
Second. Motion by Kroger, second by Shaven.
Roll call Kelly.
Aye.
Nippert.
Aye.
Shaven.
Aye.
Kroger.
Aye.
Thank you.
Any conflicts? State them now or along the way. Moving on to the consent agenda. This is under one motion, one roll call. We have minutes of the January 20th council meeting. Claims list 1355, the amount of $166,795.35. Anybody have any questions, concerns on any of those larger ones? Hearing none. C is a new application for Mr. Kumar LLC, doing business as Cigar and Vape, for a Class E retail alcohol license. D is the new application for the Knights of Columbus of Harlan, Iowa, Inc., doing business at St. Michael's Church Hall, Class C retail. That was like a 5-day
Yep.
there for their event that they
Yep.
have. And then the renewal application for Family Dollar Stores of Iowa LLC, doing business Family Dollar 33183 Class B retail alcohol license. Is there a motion for the consent agenda?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Nippert, second by Kroger.
Roll call Kelly.
Aye.
Nippert.
Aye.
Shaven.
Aye.
Kroger.
Aye.
Thank you.
Under other business, we have ordinance 2026-01, amending the code of ordinances of the city of Harlan, Iowa by amending provisions pertaining to snow emergency violations. This is a second reading for this one. Anything city
Nope.
hall wise, verbal, written, nothing?
Phone calls, nobody showed up.
Is this one we just want to continue on then to wait for the third next time?
I would recommend
I think we
that.
should.
Just give a chance, okay? Is there a motion for the second reading of 26-01?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Kroger, second by Shaven.
Roll call Kelly.
Aye.
Nippert.
Aye.
Shaven.
Aye.
Kroger.
Aye.
Thank you.
B is to review the order of local housing official and petition for title to abandoned property at 906 9th Street.
Nothing.
And so it's another property we're gonna.
Take over again and
Okay. Any questions about that one?
no, nobody said anything, so.
Nothing? Okay. Is there a motion for B?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Nippert, second by Kroger.
Roll call Kelly.
Aye.
Nippert.
Aye.
Shaven.
Aye.
Kroger.
Aye.
Thank you.
C is resolution number 2629, enter into a farm lease and agreement for wastewater treatment plant sludge distribution. Everybody get a chance to look at that?
Yeah, the only thing we changed was the dates. We moved that to March 15. Jeff wanted that to be on the 15th of every month.
Okay.
And also the dollar amount changed because we are following, I think I used the average instead of this, the each county. So we corrected that, so the amount went down a little bit. Yeah. And those are the only two changes that we made, and went back to attorney to review it, to say it looks good. And I got a confirmation from Jeff himself stating that everything is good, so.
Okay.
I would move to approve.
Okay.
Second.
Motion by Kroger, second by Nippert.
Roll call Kelly.
Aye.
Nippert.
Aye.
Shaven.
Aye.
Kroger.
Aye.
Thank you.
D. Oh, didn't know this was coming. Review and approve 2026 overnight town agreement with Ragbri. Surprise, surprise.
Yes, so the contract was reviewed by the attorney and pretty much it stated that it's okay, and There's a standard things in this agreement, so there's no issues. Yeah, we're gonna proceed with that. There's one thing that was recommended, to potentially look at insurance aspect of it and not using our own insurance. There's an insurance company that is specialized with these events to avoid any issues in the future. So I'll reach out to that group and figure out if coverages and cost and stuff like that.
Is that the group they talked about?
Yeah, yesterday, a little bit about it, yeah, the insurance aspect of it, so.
Okay.
Because they said there's little things that our regular insurance is not gonna cover
Yeah.
that potentially, so we have to be
Hard to
careful.
reinvent the wheel if it's already
Right,
out there.
yeah.
Yeah. That's all I got on that.
Okay. Is there a motion to approve this one?
And they roll into town on Sunday morning,
yes.
right?
19th.
Okay, and then Sunday overnight.
Yep,
Yep.
they leave Monday morning.
And in this agreement here, there's a rental fee there, they will pay us $50,000 to cover that, the cost of our expenses and all that stuff, so.
Okay. Okay. I would move to approve.
So,
I'll second.
Motion by Kroger, second by Kelly.
Roll call Kelly,
Aye.
Nippert,
Aye.
Shaven,
us.
Kroger.
Aye.
Thank you.
Busy month of July.
Busy month. Be fun.
Review and approve MP 2026-002 multi-purpose permit application for Shelby County Speedway. And this one's for a June 11th event they're having. Fireworks, basically, is that midnight?
My understanding, yeah.
Yeah. Is there a motion for that one?
Motion.
Second.
Give him a chance. 10-second delay.
Sorry.
Motion by Nippert, second by Kroger.
Roll call Kelly,
Aye.
Nippert,
Aye.
Shaven,
Aye.
Kroger.
Aye.
Thank you.
And F is review and approve MP 2026-003 multi-purpose permit application for Shelby County Speedway. And this one's for July 15th,
Through the,
2 a.m. on that one, so
to the 19th.
Yeah,
Yep,
to
through
the
15th.
15th to the 19th. okay.
Yep, so it'd be for the
This is the nationals.
races.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we check the
Lucas Oil.
fireworks also too, just in case they have fireworks in that evening at the end, so. Noise and the fireworks was
Okay.
included in there.
Guess we'll keep the noise going till the bike riders arrive.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, is there a motion for that one?
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Kroger, second by Shaven.
Roll call Kelly,
Aye.
Nippert,
Aye.
Shaven,
Aye.
Kroger.
Aye.
Thank you.
City Administrator's Report, Jarvis.
Okay, I'll go through my meetings and activities involved in here. So on January 21st, I attended a nuisance meeting with our new city code enforcement, and I was able to put the report together, update on what's going on, and just overall review of the report just to make sure that the existing properties are in there, we're still following through and working on it. So
Is that something, Jarvis, I think we talked about before, him,
quarterly.
yeah, that was gonna do quarterly for us?
Yes, I want him to get acclimated
Oh, yeah.
first before I
Yep.
bring him out here, and, I don't want him to be scared or anything like that. I just want him to be able to put the reports together
We're a
first. And
friendly
then, January 22nd, attended HMU board meeting, and January 23rd, attended Dream Playground meeting, just an update of the Dream Playground. And we're working on there's additional projects that we're gonna be working on, but we'll be able to disclose that here soon. January 27th, I attended the Western Iowa Development Association meeting. We talked about regional economic development and planning. And then January 28th, I attended a meeting with MAP RPA 18 and 13, and we review the Safe Street for All Comprehensive Safety Action Plan, which including cities of Atlantic, Clarinda, Red Oak, Shenandoah, Glenwood, Harlan, and Missouri Valley, and we discussed the future eligibility for safety grant funding. And during that meeting, we had EMA, EMS, the Sheriff Department, the mayor was there too, so we kind of had that discussion and what we need to do. So there's a resolution that will be coming in our next meeting to approve that, and then that will allow us to be as a participant group. So when those funds are available and through the state level, we can apply for grants and stuff, so. The 29th, I participated in the Zoom meeting regarding housing forecast. They talked about the current and projected housing needs in western Iowa, gap in housing availability, you know, they talked about ownership versus rental and grant opportunity on the state level. So pretty much housing issues, not only in Harlan, so across the country. And there's future plans or proposals that might come up in the future to allow small cities to apply for those grants and be able to do part of economic development. So I participated in that meeting. There was a lot of information and input. There's other communities are able to share what they're doing, what was successful to them, and so I'm going to be connected with them and part of economic development and see if there's any grants and stuff that'll be available for us to apply. I met with Tara Painter from the library, and we discussed about possible grants opportunity with the state level too for the library upgrade. So, and then yesterday I had a meeting with the Ragback group from Des Moines. Talked about a little bit of the outline of what they're expecting on the city aspect of it. So the preparation, you know, groups and, you know, gonna have different groups and organizations that are gonna be able to reach out. And pretty much what they stated that each group has to say and focus on what they have to do instead of interfering with other groups. So we're gonna have special meetings, which will be handled separate compared to having all grouped together. So, and then today at a county board of supervisor meeting, and I submitted a couple grants to Community Foundation of Southwest Iowa. So just wait to hear from them. That's all I got. Any questions?
Good job on keeping the snow away.
All right, nothing else for Jarvis? I don't have anything under my report other than the big secret's out now, right is coming, so it makes for a busy time getting ready. One of the things I guess I gathered from a couple of gatherings we've had is we need to keep it as Harlan-like as we can, not try and change it, not trying to ramp anything up, is just continue to do what we do in a great small town, just, you know, to prove, you know, why we live here and why we enjoy it, just to keep doing what we're doing when all those folks show up and getting ready for that. Just that there's gonna be 20, 30,000 of them that wanna come see us and hang out, so it's kinda hard to stay unexcited about when that's happening to us, but it's, the theme, you know, they're trying to keep it where it is, you don't need to, like I say, the gentleman that's in charge of this said, you're not gonna make $1 million on this, and so don't plan on making $1 million, but you're gonna make a little bit more than you made the day before, but you're still gonna be here, so if it's happening the day before they get here, keep doing the same thing, because it's gonna be the same thing happening the day after they leave, so I don't really need to add a whole lot of stuff what's going on around here, that just be good at what we're doing, and I think and we're pretty good about doing that, so I think.
And also too, just to add on that, we have a committee organization chart that we're working on. We're gonna assign people in different areas. We have advisory committee and executive committee. So there was a lot of email question back and forth, like, hey, I wasn't in the meeting, or who's gonna be what. We're gonna finalize that probably tomorrow or the day after, and we'll send out to those committees, and advisory committee and executive committee, so people know exactly where they belong, in what group, and their task, their date of meetings, and all that schedule will be up front too, so.
A lot of organization stuff going on, so.
Yeah. Yeah, shuffling people around, this person saying, no, I don't wanna be here, now put me here, and so it's a lot of work back and forth, so hopefully we can pencil it down by tomorrow and
Put
find.
in ink instead of pencil.
Yeah, yep. So,
And we're
Those are all
doing,
pen, so.
No, that's in pencil.
it's in pencil.
It's just a copy.
And we're doing most of that organizing through the Facebook page, is
So
that
we created a
correct?
Facebook page just.
Okay.
So if people post on there that they're willing to host a family,
Yeah.
they can comment,
Into
and
the
teams,
housing.
same, yeah.
Very good.
And for vendors.
Well, and it's been 13 years since they've been here, and I think they've changed it a little bit. The organization has in the last 5 to 10 years, so they've they've changed their structure a little bit on what they provide for towns like us, and it's very well organized, and they're more than willing to help us, get it right. And it's like anything, when you try to organize for an event like this, whether it be an event in your family or whatever, you can't wait for it to get here, and it's going to happen. No matter what happens, it's just going to happen, and then it's going to be over. So we just try and prepare the best we can, and we'll be fine. But it's just going to be a lot of happy, sweaty people by the middle of July, because there's a few other things going to happen before that. So and a lot of organization going into those events too. Whereas the month of July is just going to be a busy month.
It was kind of nice to see Gary Hoppe here also to kind of
Yep.
explain the speedway aspect of it too.
Yeah, because they're gonna go right up to what's happening. He didn't think he was gonna go home that night, the Saturday night into Sunday morning. So that's but that's the kind of people that are involved in this, is willing to just volunteer your time and do what you need to do. And that's kind of what we're looking for, is folks that want to get involved and help out. So
But man, don't blink, right? Well,
no,
that'll be,
you can, but it'll be like
Yep.
welcome to August, and school's gonna start. And
Yeah.
what happens summer? So. All right, Joe, since you're showed up tonight, you get to talk for a couple, 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever.
Oh, yeah. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
I'm gonna try something a little different since we had our board meeting, our January board meeting right after that, between these two meetings. I thought maybe I'd just highlight a few things from our board meeting, just to kind of get you guys up to speed. One of our items was election of officers for the Board of Trustees, which is effective February 1st. On that one, Michelle Erickson said that she would be chairperson again, since she was, this past year. And then Jim Shelton will stay as vice chair. So that's kind of order on that as far as the officers. Another item, I guess, what might be some interest too, the board approved certificate of substantial completion number 2 for our water project. Basically, they'd already had a certificate number 1, which was for pretty much the entire well project, except for well 35. That was approved some time back. So this one was the approved number 2, which was for that new deep well alone, saying that we're substantially complete. There again, I think I've been mentioning, there's still some lingering punch list items out there to kind of completely get done. And then we're kind of working on final quantities. We're looking at some liquidated damages as far as that project running over. So we still got that final pay estimate that we got to work out with the contractor. Once we get, hopefully that'll run through here in our February meeting, and we'll be done as far as payments, and hopefully all the punch list items will be taken care of. There again, we'll have a year warranty on that project also, that will take effect, from the substantial completion on, or final completion on. We did approve the final pay app 19 for the overhead to underground project. I think we mentioned there, they were done. Had been done for some while on that, but just waiting for the January meeting to approve that last pay estimate on that project. So electric project's completely done. We also had the board approve a proposal and/or resolution to discontinue the community water fluoridation in our water. There's been some talk back and forth, the positives with adding fluoride, with oral health, but we're seeing more and more of some of the detriments. They're starting to talk about reports of some effects as far as within children with IQ, if that fluoride level's in there and if it gets too high. So that's just been a recommendation, kind of started with Donald Cody, our water superintendent, saying that, we knew that time was coming, and there are other cities that, well, there's other cities that are following that as far as discontinuing, other states that have already kind of banned things. So you can see it's starting to come. There's more research now that's coming out that before we were kind of sitting just kind of waiting to see how things were progressing. Nobody was really recommending that you take it out. They were just kind of not saying one thing or another. Now there's some reports that are coming out that are kind of saying not necessarily recommending removing it, but not recommending to put it, to either add it either. So that's kind of been our cue to where we're thinking it's time now that we discontinue putting it in the water system, so.
How far does that go back, Joe, that they started putting fluoride in the water? I mean, as far as that treatment?
Donald would probably know more so than me, but geez, I think it was back in maybe the 70s that they were starting to add that. So,
is that something, will it be a transition at all, or just, we're done?
yeah, it'll be a point, we'll just shut the pump off.
Done.
Yep. What that started though with passing this resolution, that started a 90-day notification process. So in other words, people can either come in and orally, object to taking it out, or they can supply written. In that resolution, or as part of that, I think we said for our March 26th meeting, to have any written objections in prior to that meeting, and then anybody that would have an oral objection, we're inviting them to come to that meeting too for any oral objections. So basically, we sent notice out. I guess we're gonna, correct me if I'm wrong, Jenny, since you're on, that was going out to the customers, right? We were going through our newsletter.
Yeah, we put it in our February newsletter.
Yep. As far as, that way all the customers would be notified, and that's pretty much all we have to do. Once we send out that notification, then pretty much just let the DNR know that that notification went out to all of our customers, and then once that 90 days hits, I think we're looking at June 1, we'll probably just shut the pumps off. So
And I just looked it up, and according to Google, they started putting fluoride in 1945.
oh, sorry.
Oh.
I don't know, it's 70, okay, good deal. You
And
looked it up.
Michigan was the first place.
Yep.
So is there a state organization, Joe, or is it a federal type thing that you guys look at for recommendations then for this then, or what's your guidance on this?
Yeah, I think Donald had found a report, and I think he was even through the Iowa Rural Water Association. There was some information that Donald got through them too, that there were some reports out there.
So is rural water looking to do the same thing then too, do you know?
Well, and I don't know if they necessarily do it, but we use them as I guess as a tool or place to get information a lot of times through their Iowa Water.
Okay.
So like I said, it's coming. I mean, there's a couple states that already have taken it out, and there's other cities within Iowa that are moving that direction, so.
Yeah, and I think our resolution said that it's not federally mandated at all. It's just up to the states.
So it's kind of, it's a big deal, but it's kind of one of those things, there just wasn't much movement out there, many reports, but now you're starting to see more and more of some of the possible issues with adding it, so.
What kind of cost savings is there on something like that? Is that stuff expensive?
No, and then I'd have to go back to Donald too. It sounds like, in a day, we might feed a gallon of that additive. It goes a long ways.
Yeah.
But it is an acid, and it's no different than adding chlorine. If somebody took chlorine straight, yeah, it's gonna harm you.
Sure.
And I think that was some of the arguments with fluoride. It was an acid that you're adding, but same thing as chlorine, you're adding a minute amount.
Sure.
Yeah, if you took that straight, yeah, there is issues with that, but they're just saying some long-term exposure, there can be issues. So, that's to the point where Donald started pushing that, yeah, I think we should stop using it, so I agree with him.
Is there some litigation out there?
No, I don't think there is on that. It's just, and I think that was part of it, Jarvis. I don't think nobody ever really recommended it, or saying that you had to do it. It was maybe a recommendation one way or another, probably kind of keeping some of the legality out of it that way. Nobody was saying for sure one way or another, so. And I guess one more item here too. At that meeting last month, we also received and filed our 2026-27 budget. And I think the last thing I wanted to mention too, we let our board members know that we received a pretty good dividend check from EMC with our insurance pool, which is always positive. I mean, rates are hardly going up. We got some dividend on the last time through, so what we're doing on that side on insurance is really helping, really paying dividends.
Yes, always
Right.
always like to get those emails that we're getting money back.
Yeah. So that's a good deal too. But that's basically kind of some of the items I just wanted to highlight on. So I don't know if there's any questions.
Good. Thanks, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
I don't think we're gonna have a report from the sheriff. We have lots of sirens and lots of flashing lights here not too long ago, so I'm guessing they're busy. I don't see any public. I don't hear a lot of comments from the public tonight. Any comments from up here from anybody?
Thanks for those that are putting forth effort on the RAGBRAI project.
Yes.
No small undertaking.
Well, there's a few people in this room way more involved than me, so I was just the smiling face out there saying, hey, come on by, so, yeah. No, it'll be a great event for our community. Not just Harlan, I mean, our county, everybody. They don't just plop down, they gotta come through a few other places to get here, so it'll be
And I don't know, have you ever been up there, Jay, for the announcement?
no.
I mean, that
No.
was a big deal.
Yeah.
I guess I never imagined
Right,
that
yeah.
was such a big deal when they announced that.
Yeah, there's a lot of
It was neat
planning
to see
and
that.
a lot of fundraising they do, and I think it's probably the only one in the United States that, as far as this type of event going through a state like this, and it takes a ton of organization, and kudos to what they're doing and what they've done to get it ready for a town like ours. So,
I had an opportunity to talk to a few people. They came out of state completely just for that event.
yeah,
That's what I was gonna ask you, what kind of crowd there was for
There's
that.
people from California, Florida,
and he's
New York.
Matt Fippen has said it's 50 states and 20 countries that are going to come to our nice community here in July. So there's a lot of folks from all over. A lot of folks from Iowa, but there's a lot of people coming from all over the United States to ride across to Iowa. So we're lucky that we're one of those cities that they get to come see. So, okay, meeting adjourned.